Hey, what's up, my friend? Your coach Kamille Rose here with another Ultimate Life Monday Mindset Mastery episode. Today's session is titled Leading from Love During Times of Great Change. And as I record this, we are in a season here in the year 2020 of great change. So I've decided not to do my pre-recorded message, which I usually have, and instead re-record a new one to respond to what's happening right now. So if you're watching this in the future, we are 6 months into the year. We've been dealing with COVID-19, major deaths, major world changes, and then now the George Floyd case has happened here in the United States. And many people have risen up in protests and riots, and then there's a lot of things happening during the season. So I wanted to just create a new MMM as a timely response to what I believe in as a coach, how I guide leaders and entrepreneurs, and particularly our philosophy of what it means to be a leader of love. So I hope to give you some clarity in this MMM today, and also a encouraging voice of how you can respond as a leader in your business, in your community, and in your life. So enjoy today's episode where I talk about leadership, the 5 commitments to being a leader of love, and the 2 very important questions to ask yourself during this season. Thank you again for following, subscribing, watching. Above all else, be safe, and let's get into today's video on leading from love during times of great change. Hey, what's up, fam? Kamille Rose here, founder of The Ultimate Life, peak performance coach to entrepreneurs and leaders, and I'm a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. And this is your Monday Mastery Minute, where every Monday I take a few minutes to show you how you can achieve mastery in your business and your personal life. So let's jump right into it. All right, leading from love in times of great change. So the original plan was to let this be the recording from a live MMM that I did as well on leading from love during times of great change. And if you want to watch that live recording, you still can. It lives on our Ultimate Life Facebook page. So you can just go to that link right here that's popping up on your screen, and you can go watch that video. It's titled Leading from Love in Times of Great Change, the live MMM version. But the reason I didn't do that recording as part of this MMM here on YouTube is because, unfortunately, the audio wasn't so great since it was a live stream. So I just wanted to re-record and kind of summarize what I spoke about there. But the content is great, so I definitely recommend checking out the live. But what's important to me right now is to help you get clarity on what being a leader means, what the commitments are to being a leader of love. So that's a big philosophy of mine as a performance coach to entrepreneurs and leaders, is that we lead from a place of love. And I'm going to talk about the 5 commitments that are really part of that philosophy. And then finally, at the end of today, I'm going to give you the 2 even better questions to ask yourself so that you have this filter to run through in the decisions that you make moving forward. So the first part, what is a leader? I get asked this question quite often from many of my entrepreneurial clients. Kamille, how do you define leadership? And to me, it's very simple. There's 2 things that define being a leader. The first one is that you serve someone or something greater than yourself. So the minute that your life becomes more than you just serving you, thinking that you're numero uno, to me, that's when you've transitioned into a leadership position. Because now you are looking to add value to somebody else's life for a cause even greater than your own, than your personal life. And so you are very influential in that person's life, or in that movement's life, because you are looking to add massive value to them by leading them and serving them. So serving someone greater than yourself is definition number 1. Number 2 is a leader is someone who takes 100% personal responsibility for the choices that we make in change. So not 99.5%, not 80%, not, well, sometimes it's me, but sometimes it's you. Leaders take 100% responsibility for the choices that they make in every moment. The difference between the leader of love, in my opinion, and then the person who leads from fear is that the leader of love, instead of pointing like this, you're to blame, it's your fault, The leader of love first points in this direction. What have I done? What is my perspective on this? How can I be X, Y, and Z? Whatever that is, fill in the blank for you. So leadership is taking 100% responsibility for the choices you make in change. So that to me is the two definitions of leadership. Now, what is the commitment? So the commitment to being a leader of love is broken down into these 5 commitments. But here's the overall philosophy. Being a leader of love means that you will become the change that you wish to see. At the end of the day, that's what it's really about, is are you that person? So if you do want equity and justice and peace and compassion and kindness, do you exemplify those things? Are you peaceful? Are you just? Do you listen to all sides? Do you accept 100% responsibility? Are you willing to understand another's perspective before just justifying your own? If these are the things that you desire. So the question is, am I exemplifying that which I want to see? That is part of the 100% responsibility, because the thing we can control, the only thing, is ourselves, our attitudes and our decisions on a daily basis. So here are the 5 commitments to being a leader of love. Number 1, you commit to serving others. There is no greater love than to sacrifice oneself for one's friends. Now, I didn't say leading from love was easy. In fact, it's probably the hardest, most challenging thing to do. So if this message doesn't resonate with you, I totally get it. I understand. I respect it. You don't have to agree with me. That's diversity, in my opinion. It's to still love me, but you don't have to agree with me. But if it does resonate with you and you do want to lead from this place of love, then number 1, you commit to serving others 100%. And when I say serving others, I mean everybody. Not just those that look like you, vote like you, talk like you, listen to the same music that you do, but just people, humanity as a whole. We choose to serve our other fellow human beings. Number 2 in the commitment to leading from love is you commit to a life of self-reflection as a way to assess and heal from past traumas and fears so that you can make the better choice in love. See, we cannot move forward if we're not willing also to reflect on the things that we've done, the perspectives that we hold, and that does take work. That takes a commitment to assess oneself, to take time in reflection, to see how have I shown up, how have I not shown up, and what can I do to become better. So that's commitment number 2, is a commitment to self-reflection. Number 3, as leaders of love, we commit to consistent and constant education and training. If you are not growing, you are dying. And my belief is that we can continue to educate and train on whatever skill you are trying to get better at. So maybe it's in your business, maybe it's in your faith, maybe it's in community organizing, maybe it's in understanding other perspectives. But I do not believe that education ends upon graduation. That choosing to constantly learn and grow is a lifestyle choice. That's a commitment. So as leaders of love, we commit to always learning because there is always something to learn. The 4th commitment to being a leader of love is a desire to understand more than being understood. Now, that doesn't mean you can't want to be understood, but being understood is not the primary desire. As a leader of love, the primary desire is a commitment to understand what is happening on the other side so that we can lead from a place of empathy and compassion. Again, I did not say it was easy. Being a leader of love is probably the hardest thing that you can commit to do. But for those who are called to it, then I'm calling you out right now. I'm calling myself out. That are you willing to understand and listen more than you want to be understood and prove yourself right? That's the commitment. And the 5th and final commitment to being a leader of love, and I believe that this is the most challenging, but also the most liberating, is the commitment to a lifestyle and an attitude of forgiveness. Forgiveness, as Dr. Martin Luther King once said, is not a one-time act. It is a constant attitude. And remembering that forgiveness does not mean this person gets a free pass, what they did was okay, it was justified. Forgiveness is for you, for your health as a leader, to say that I am no longer willing to hold in this poison of anger and bitterness and resentment. Doesn't mean you don't feel it. It's just that the choice in not living in it. I'll repeat that. It's not that you don't feel the anger, the resentment, the bitterness, and the pain. But the choice in forgiveness means that I choose not to live in that anger and bitterness and resentment and pain, that I'm willing to move through it. And the work to move through that begins with forgiveness. And it's for you. So that when we remove the poison from within that sits in your heart, then we can fill it with that power, that strength, that love. So when you get bumped and when you get called upon, you can overflow from a place of love and compassion versus overflowing and spilling out anger, bitterness, and resentment, which is what we're seeing a lot today. So those are the 5 commitments to being a leader of love. Now, if that calls to you, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm here to support you in any way that I can. And if it's not for you, that's okay too. But if there is something about it that does draw you in, that you have become curious about, then I'm going to encourage you to contact me or someone on my team. You can email it right here. We'll reach out to you and let you know about ways that we can help you, support you, work together so that you can be a leader of love in your own community, in your own business, in your own family. But here are the questions that I'm going to invite you to ask yourself to grow as a leader of love during times of great change. So often the question right now is, what can I do? And that's a good question. As leaders of love, however, I'm going to challenge you to an even better question. So here are the 2 even better questions I want you to ask yourself. The first one is, today, how can I be better? Today, how can I be better? Notice the urgency in that. Asking yourself every single day, and whatever comes up for you, pay attention to that. Because it might be, today I need to be a better listener. Today I need to voice my beliefs in my heart. Today I need to sit and pause and cry a little bit. Today I need to just go for a run. Today I need to, educate myself. But ask the question, today, how can I be better? Remember, not this way, this way. And then the second, even better question to ask yourself, for those committed to leading from love, is, what am I committed to for the next 5 years? What am I committed to for the next 5 years? I said it on the live, but this season that we're in, don't let it be another 3-week hashtag. When the media is done with it, then we're over it and we forgot about it. True change comes from a commitment. And you don't even have to tell anybody what your commitment is for the next 5 years. That's just for you to know, so that every decision you make from here on out runs through that filter. And you can ask, well, does this align with what I'm committed to for the next 5 years? Does this align with how I want to be better today? That is the leader of love. Someone who is very clear on how they can become better now, and living a life that is in alignment and integrity with that which they value for the long haul. So those are the 2 even better questions I want you to ask on top of what can I do. Even better is, today, how can I be better? And what am I committed to over the next 5 years? So that's your challenge for this week. If you need further support, email me, reach out, coaching@theultimatelife.com. If you'd like to learn more about my coaching or my mentorship programs, where I train leaders of love on a weekly basis. And above all else, go do what is right. Be peaceful about it. And as always, my friend, keep leading from love.